So we had a really bad windstorm that blew through here last night. And this is what I come out to this morning. Actually, I was in the house feeding the baby, and my husband came to me and said, we have a problem. Well, actually, he says, you have a problem. You have a beehive on the ground. So, thankfully, it's only my little 3-framer nuke. I think they're okay. I didn't expect to see the frames out like that. Hopefully, my queen is okay in there. The frames were pretty tight. So, I'm going to set them up, and I'm surprised that this lid came off. That must have been some really strong wind. So I'm gonna try to put them back together and see if the sun will come out later on. I don't want to get them too much right now because they get really grumpy when it's cloudy. And it's still pretty early this morning and foggy. So I'll update you in a little bit. It was actually good that I had to come out here this morning because I need to put this little gadget on this hive. It's the beetle trap. Well, it's not really a trap, but they fall through when they try to crawl in the hive. And an entrance reducer on this hive over here. This opening's pretty large and they've been guarding it. So I'm gonna just set this in here and see how this goes. Trying to come apart on me. It's pretty tight. Anyway, I'm gonna have to maybe tap it in there. It's supposed to sit in like that, and as the beetles, you know, crawl up and go in, they're supposed to fall through. We'll see if it works. So the first thing I saw when I pulled a frame out is that the jar of it falling over broke this comb on this frame. I don't know if you can see that. So I brought some rubber bands out here and I'm just gonna rubber band it in. This frame is a little wonky anyway. I've had trouble with them building wonky comb. Well, no, that's another hive, but anyway, I'll just rubber band it in and it'll straighten it right up. And there we go. I took my time with it because they're not happy with me. They say, leave us alone. We've already been upset. That'll hold that comb in good, and they'll fix it. I'm back out here in the bee yard, and hooray for sunshine. Anyway, I took the jigsaw and sliced off an edge of this to make it fit in where I can just, oh, smashed you. I'm sorry. Make sure you don't smash a bee. And there we go. That looks better to me because they were guarding this entrance. They were just staying in the entrance so much. And I think that they'll be happier. I think they'll be happier with that. Okay, so on this one that tipped over from the windstorm last night, I had this bottomless box that I had used to stack on top as a super. I cut a board and nailed it on the bottom, made me a box. It already had a vent hole in the back, but it didn't have any holes in the front, so I drilled a couple holes, plugged one of them because this is only a 3-framer. And I took a couple frames and put cardboard. I strung it with fishing line, and I put cardboard in it as a follower board. Use it as a false frame. So I'll just put the put the frames in there like that. And put my other ones in the middle, and this will be their new home. I think they'll be much happier, and it's a heavier box, and hopefully if we have another wind, they will be safer. So I'm moving the little 3-framer into the 5-frame. And I think that 3-framer, I think I'm only going to use it as a 2-frame because it's really tight with 3 frames in there. But I was worried that I didn't have a queen, but there she is. I found her. Wait, now I can't see her. Let's see, she may have gone to the other side. Well, she was on here when I pulled it out, so she must be hiding. There she is, right above that top rubber band. So, yep, so this is a frame that they were building wonky comb in that hive right there. And, no, I take that back. The 3-framer, I thought I had put a frame in when they were ready for another frame. And I hadn't put a frame in, and they had built this beautiful straight comb, and I just cut it out and rubber banded it to a frame. And yeah, something to remember to take with you to the bee yard is rubber bands. You never know what you're going to come in contact with. And see, like that frame in there, I went ahead and rubber band that was the one that got knocked when the box got knocked over. Well, I better get this closed up. Other bees are finding out there's some honey in here, so I'll be back in a bit. And there they are, so happy in their new little box. Bees like to be tight. That's why I put those 2 false frames in there. Because there's only 3 frames, and if I put them in a 5-frame, I don't want them to leave me. So I want them to still feel tight and cozy and be able to keep things warm, keep the brood warm. This queen is really good. She's laying like crazy. So I'll go ahead and put their little top on them, and that way they'll just be happy and they can keep on building. And they'll just move from that box right into the other box. They'll just follow their queen. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to plug one of those holes. I had a stick in there, but it went in too far, so I'm gonna have to figure out, stuff a rag in there or something until I can find something that'll stay in there good. But they'll find how to get in and out real quick. They'll follow that queen's smell. But, well, thank you for joining me here in my little bitty bee yard, and I hope y'all have a great day. Remember to smile.